Hello students, welcome to Vijetha IAS Academy. In this session, we are going to deal with tolerance. Tolerance, it was part of attitude, and here we can see that empathy, tolerance and compassion towards the weaker sections. What is the importance of tolerance? When it comes to UPSC exam, you may expect a question like what is tolerance and how it is important for the civil services. And the points which you are going to highlight, it will help you in writing the same kind of content in various other aspects also. Because the nature of UPSC questions are in such a way that with respect to ethics, you can use the same kind of words, phrases, quotes, philosophers and across all types of questions. Only you should master that how to utilize this content in very natural way, organic way in different questions. Once you master that, it is going to be very easy. We will see tolerance and its importance in civil services. Since the beginning of our ethics classes, I have been explaining that India is a very diverse country. When it comes to diversity, even in civil services also, automatically people from different sections of society, people will enter into the civil services. So suppose a civil servant. If you join as a civil servant, you will join at a position. Indian civil services has a hierarchy. Top level, then intermediate level, then lower level and so on. At different levels, this is the hierarchy of the governance. You may join at this level, at this level, at this level and so on. With the promotions, you will reach the top position also. Suppose when you are taking a decision at this level or at this level, then you will come across like you have some seniors also above you, you have some juniors also below you. This is one of the cases where when it comes to decision making, you have to go by your seniors also, you have to transfer that decision to lower sections also. Then only if chain of command is clear, then only work will flow from top to bottom. Otherwise, works will not happen and country as a whole will not see any developments. So when it comes to this, there are certain issues with respect to tolerance. Tolerance means, suppose you are a senior, you are given some kind of feedback or you are given some kind of advice to you. Will you show tolerance towards your juniors, or you will not be tolerant towards juniors? Just because you are senior, it doesn't mean everything right, whatever thinking you are doing, whatever decision you are taking. It may not be always right. You should be open for new ideas also. You should be open for decision making and also advices from different quarters of the people. That's called tolerance. In one example and in one case where this tolerance is used, the term, you should be tolerant enough to listen to the advices of your juniors also. Another aspect, suppose government is there and the government has taken a decision, and now when some kind of feedback comes, regarding this proposal, that there are certain issues with respect to the proposal and it is better to change the law or rules and regulations. Is government tolerant enough to accept the criticism or not? So if somebody, there are different way of expressing this feedback mechanism. Some people will give the feedback in a very smooth and very simple way, and some people will try to give the feedback in a criticism manner also. But here ultimately the purpose of this feedback or criticism is to learn lessons from the wrong things what is going on. Is government is showing attitude towards tolerant attitude towards this criticism. Otherwise, democracy will not function if there is no this kind of attitude in the governance. Otherwise, people in the governance always believe whatever they are doing correct. The bureaucrats at the top level, they believe whatever they are doing correct. Then even if something is happening bad at the ground level, even if terribly some disaster is happening at the ground level, people are afraid to give the right feedback to the top. Then if right feedback don't come to the top, right suggestions don't come to the top, automatically you are unutilizing the talent that is there below you. So you should be tolerant enough to listen both from the top, both from the bottom also. So these are another two examples where it shows that tolerance attitude how important to have in the civil services. When it comes to decision making, tolerance attitude is one of the important crucial element. That is one of the important attitude that a civil servant should have. If we call the definition, tolerance refers to the ability to accept, appreciate and respect differences in others. I have given only one example, like when it comes to decision making, seniors may have some point of opinion and juniors may have different opinion. Government may think about a particular, say like a disaster management, say like railway management, development of airports, development of railways, development of farming. There are so many issues across the country. Government may have one point of opinion and may have one point of direction. Other people may see the same issue in a different direction, and that is the advantage of democracy. In democracy, people can contribute their best to the society. Otherwise, if no one can question, if no one can criticize, if no one can even dare enough to show even wrong thing is going on, then what is the purpose of democracy? Then what is the purpose of having these many people? Best talent will not be utilized by the country. Tolerance refers to the ability to accept, appreciate and respect differences in others, even when their beliefs, opinion or behaviors differ from our own. It involves having a fair and objective attitude towards those with different beliefs or views. So people will have different look when it comes to, again, India is a very diverse, different caste people are there, different religious people are there, different regions are there, different religions are there. You should not have any kind of calculation of all these with respect to decision making. Decision making should be always the objectivity. How objective, how genuine the feedback, how genuine the proposal, how genuine the advice is. You should see purely based on the merit you have to take the decision, not based on just having different opinions. Suppose there are two bureaucrats, one bureaucrat may support one political party, another may like the policies of the other political party. But these two bureaucrats are working in the same office, then they have different opinions, but when it comes to decision making, they should stick to the departmental goals, and also they have to be open to each other, tolerant to each other, so that they can work together. If they are not tolerant to each other, then work will not go and works will always be impending, decision making gets delayed and communication will not be proper. Whatever the goal set by the top management will not see the ground reality. Key elements, some of the elements like what are the various elements of, this is the crux of tolerance and some of the elements. Acceptance of difference. Tolerance involves acknowledging and accepting the existence of diverse views, beliefs and practices even if one disagree with them. We are a democratic country. Here to show that, for example, India is having, I am drawing this because this is what always, whatever we are thinking, whatever we are doing, it's everything is about this land. It's about this land. Now for example, here Jammu and Kashmir issue is there. Here government is there. Government bureaucracy will be there. As a civil servant, when you join, then you will work in different departments. For example, let us take with respect to Jammu and Kashmir. Here, as we share boundary with this particular another country, neighboring country, that is Pakistan. And here we are sharing boundary with China. Now the government and bureaucracy will try to analyze what are the challenges with respect to Jammu and Kashmir from Pakistan side and China side. And some people wants a very hard stance towards Pakistan. If government takes hard stance here, journalism will be there, media, social media, public. Suppose some public, some journalists, some media may not see the same kind of, because their point of view will be different. Government may say that Pakistan is not listening to the diplomatic steps, then we have to have hard stance with respect to Pakistan. Then only Pakistan will fall in line. Then only we can maintain relations with, so that our borders will be secure. Then the other point of view opinion is we have to maintain peaceful diplomatic relations. Then only we can solve the problem in the long run. Hard stance is only short run, but in the long run it will not be useful. These kind of points of opinion may come in the newspapers also, in media also, common public also, in social media they express their opinion. If it is now, it is against the government stand, but here bureaucrats and government must be, that is the spirit of democracy. Otherwise, what is the point of having democracy? What is the point of constitution? Constitution is freedom of expression, freedom of opinion. As long as this expression is not creating any disturbances, it is not creating any national security threats, just mere expression of opinion should not be taken as against the nation itself. Government and bureaucracy who are working in this department must be open to the ideas. So they can open to these ideas, then only they will can analyze. If the particular stance is hard, how benefits India will have. If it is soft, how benefits will have. If hard stance only give more benefits, we can go for that. If soft stand is giving more benefits in the long run, then we can take the decision accordingly. But in the beginning itself, here government or bureaucracy who are functioning here with respect to freedom of speech, they must encourage. They should not kill the ideas in the beginning stage itself. That's where tolerance attitude will come. Suppose some kind of uniform civil code is going on, some kind of a debate is going on, whether India should have uniform civil code. That means all people will have some kind of civil code. Then people will have different customs. Do we show some kind of tolerance towards differences or not? India is a very diverse country. You cannot convert entire India into a single people with the same language, same kind of food habits, same kind of dressing habits, and same kind of thinking. If anybody forces like that, then that society will automatically go downward. It degrades the society, because common thinking, common, everything common, it means there is no innovation. If there are differences, means there is innovation. And only we have to know that how to administer with these diversities. Then only innovation will come, interactions will be there, and colorful life will be possible. Otherwise, if one person tries to, or one particular policy is imposed on the same and the ground level at each and every level, then automatically it is going to backfire. People will not appreciate that. For so many centuries, people are used to certain kind of language, certain kind of custom, certain kind of the cultural attitudes, cultural elements. Then people cannot change it. That's why imposing any particular policy, imposing any particular attitude is not good for the country. Otherwise, one day people will say that if you are trying to impose, we will not stay with India and we will go away from India. That should not happen. That's where Constitution allows these differences, but the Constitution book will not do anything. There are people who is running the government according to this book. That means ultimately people only. In bureaucracy, in ministry, these are people. Ultimately, these are the people who are going to make Constitution function very effectively. If Constitution is not followed, constitutionalism is not followed, then there is no advantage of having a Constitution. No wonderful the Constitution is, but ground level, ground developments will not be there. If we are not tolerant enough to see these differences, then we will not open ourselves for the new ideas. So that is what tolerance. Tolerance means if you are a person may support you, a person may oppose you. You must be tolerant even for the criticism, opposition. If there is any merit in that criticism, then they must be open for this new suggestion. If there is no merit, you can please discard, no issue at all. But if there is any merit, even though other person belongs to other ideology, India is a democratic country. Some people believe in right-wing politics. Some people believe in left-wing politics. Some people believe in middle. Some people will have Dalit politics. Some people will have different way of thinking. Regional politics are there. When these many differences are there, a leader must be open to all the ideas. That is what tolerance is all about. In bureaucracy is also the leaders, the bureaucrats who are taking the decision must be open to new ideas. Sometimes even those ideas may go against your own principles also. But if there is any merit, they must be encouraged. Respect for diversity, treating all individuals with dignity, respect regardless of their background or belief. That's what we are seeing. So many castes, so many religions, so many regions, so many tribes. So this diversity, no calculation about all of them. Based on the merit only, you have to go by that. Open-mindedness. A tolerant individual is willing to listen and to consider alternative perspectives, even those can challenge their own views. So a person believes in some kind of culture. Suppose a person is believing in hard, with respect to American policy is there. One section of the people will say that we have to have close relations with the USA. And there will be other people that we need not to have that kind of close association with the USA because we cannot rely on that. We have to rely on ourselves. And some people say we have to have close relations with China because it is our neighbor. Only friendly neighbor relations only always make India is very peaceful. Otherwise, if we have enmity with our own neighbors, then it always creates disturbances in our day-to-day administration. But some people say that if we are not strong enough, if we do not take hard stance, then they take advantage of the weakness and they will try to create problem. Both sections of the people are trying to say that we have to solve the problem. Only sometimes when it comes to methods, some people have some kind of methods, other people will have other kind of ideological methods. But people who are in the power must be open to all ideas. Ultimately, people can take whatever they are supposed to take. According to their own calculation, they will take it. But in the first place, they have to encourage advisors, they have to encourage opinions so that they may get new ideas. Closing the door for new ideas will not benefit the country. Open-mindedness, non-discrimination. It is necessary treating everyone equally and fair without prejudice or discrimination based on their belief or practices. Different religious beliefs are there, open tolerance. Different political ideologies are there, open tolerance. Some people believe in caste system, some people are open-minded. At least even to change the caste system also, people should listen to those hardcore supporters of caste. Then only people can understand why they are talking like that. Then is there any mechanism to remove that kind of prejudice? So like that, openness. Then importance is all these things. Broadly, these are the importance like upholding constitutional values. Constitution is open like equality principle is there. People will show equality among all. People will give the governance, bureaucracy will give freedom, freedom to express themselves. Otherwise, people will not given any chance to express themselves. One day, all of a sudden, people will burst out and it will result in the violence. That's why constitutional values, if a judge is there, judge must give the judgment purely based on the merit of the case, not based on any other. Constitutional values, promoting social harmony, it will bring like a Hindu-Muslim unity, all different language people will respect each other. Northern, South India, North India respect each other. Northeast will integrate with India completely, normally, without having any prejudice. Mainland should not have any kind of prejudice with the Northeastern people. Different food habits will be there, different customs will be there, respecting each other. Then only country as a whole will survive. Otherwise, with the prejudices, with the intolerance approach, then people will not try to live together. People always feel that it is better to divide rather than stay with as a single country. That's why to make unity, to make India as a single nation, always we should have this kind of approach. Promoting social harmony, facilitating effective governance. A tolerant civil servant is better equipped to understand the needs and perspectives of diverse communities, leading to more inclusive and effective policies. A district collector or a district magistrate must be open for the ideas from the people so that he or she may get ideas how to resolve a local problem. Each and every district will have their own problems. If they are open and if they are tolerant enough to accept even their opinion is exactly opposite to the existing opinion, still they must be open for the opposite views. Then only some kind of solution will come out to solve these problems. Conflict resolution, that is very important advantage of having a tolerance. People will have different kind of law. In the ground level, some people will vote for one party and other people will vote for another party. If there is no tolerance, conflict will come. They must be open for the ideas. People will have different kind of opinion. Then only conflict resolution is possible. Maintaining public trust. A tolerant civil servant is seen in fair and impartial, thereby enhancing public trust in the administration. If two groups come for the civil service before the civil servant to resolve the problem, two people are fighting and they come together, he must be tolerant enough to listen both parties, then automatically trust will develop within both parties. Then whatever civil servant is saying, both parties chances are there to listen by the both parties. In this way, this kind of tolerance attitude will help to resolve the conflicts, to uphold the constitutional values. How to show tolerance? What kind of behavior will show that you are very tolerant person? That is what, how to show tolerance. Active listening. If you are listening actively means you are giving some kind of, you are tolerant enough to receive different ideas. Empathy, putting oneself in others' personal shoes to understand what others are feeling. If somebody is coming and criticizing the government must be able to see what is the real pain, why he is behaving that way, why she is behaving that way. Not only emotion, you have to see why in the first place, is there something wrong from the government side, from the public servant side. If somebody is angry, means there must be some kind of reason. Thinking like others, empathy. If they show empathy, that means you are tolerant enough to understand it. Respectful communication. You should not have any arrogance in communicating your point of view with respect to juniors or with respect to opposition parties, with respect to the people of different religion, different caste. If when you are communicating, if you are respectful, while you are, even if you are trying to disagree with them, if you are respectful in that, then automatically it shows that you are tolerant person. Open to learning, non-judgmental attitude. People should not have any prejudgmental norms, prejudgmental ideas that this caste behave like this religion behave like this tribes are like this South Indians are like that, North Indians are like that. People should not have this kind of any kind of prejudgmental attitude. Unless you see reality, unless you are open for the new ideas, then only truly you can understand the real nature of the people. The Indian civil service is about Indian civil service. A person who is born in Tamil Nadu may be posted in Northeast. If you have some kind of prejudices before going there, as a civil servant, you cannot do your duties objectively. You cannot show tolerance towards the differences. And a Northeast person may serve in Gujarat, people should have tolerance. Otherwise, that person may not know what is happening at the ground level. That's why people should be open. They should not have any prejudgmental norms in their brain. They take the decision based on proper research, objectively, showing tolerance attitude will enable the person to understand from all quarters. That's where we have to understand about. And what kind of conclusion you can give if question comes with respect to tolerance? Conclusion mean tolerance is a cornerstone of ethical conduct. It's a cornerstone of ethical conduct for civil servants in India. It fosters inclusivity. All people are included despite differences. Facilitates effective governance. People can govern so that poverty can be removed, development can take place, and promotes social harmony in a diverse society. All religions coexist together, all languages coexist together, all tribes coexist together, all regions will exist together. Social harmony also can be maintained. So this is about tolerance is one of the cornerstone elements in making a country as a unified one, so that we can protect unity and integrity of the country without having any divisive forces. So that is division will come only when you have not tolerant towards differences. If there is tolerance approach with diversity also, people live happily. That's what social harmony is all about. So this is about tolerance attitude. This is one of the important attitude quality which civil servants should possess. Thank you very much.